What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Dude45 here, and welcome to the first ever vintage G.I. Joe unboxing slash unenveloping, if that's a thing, on the channel. Inside this very package here is a G.I. Joe that, according to his file card, proved that Spirit and Snake Eyes aren't really anything important whatsoever. So without any further ado or antagonistic comments to the throngs of Snake Eyes and Spirit fans, let's open this bad boy up. Alright, so we're cutting this thing open, and before all you Snake Eyes and Spirit fans throw me hate and whatnot, just chill. I'm just reading off the file card, of course, so I know we all love Snake Eyes and Spirit, so there's nothing to get our collective underwear in a twist over. Popping it out. Oh, hey, cool. Business card. They specialize in family legacy estate sale. Huh. Okay. Right on. All right, there you go. You know who it is because you can see that delicious raft. All right. Here it is. And when I was a kid, this thing was in the tub all the time. I would just fill the bathtub with water, not even have a bath, and he would be doing them missions. I'm going to put that to the side for now. So here he is, Tracker. Yeah. All right. Let's get him all sorted out here. It feels like, joints feel pretty good. It definitely needs a new O-ring. Paint looks good. Yeah, nice. All right, awesome. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the look of the figure. Let's put him right there for now. All right, you stay there. I'm going to get these accessories out so you can take a look at those. Yes, I know some of you are like, oh, the color. Oh no. But yeah, it's a 90s figure. It's not just G.I. Joe. Color was popular in the 90s. All right, so figure stand. We are into the figure stand era at this point. You sit back there. We've got the oars, so he can paddle his way through whatever need be in the raft. And we have his submachine gun, pretty standard for a Navy SEAL. I'm pretty sure it's an HK, however, I know for a fact somebody's going to tell me what exactly this is in the comment section. And then they're going to tell me that's not a standard Navy SEAL one because the Navy SEALs don't use orange guns. All right, let's put this aside here. And this is his visor that gave him the ability to look like Geordi LaForge from Star Trek, and gave him some kind of additional tracking abilities that were, included in this particular headset. So, I have no card art. I have no file card with this sale. I will be posting a picture of the file card so you guys can read along. So let's get to that part where you guys can see what I was referring to about Spirit and Snake Eyes. I'm going to read the file card to you right now. It says codename Tracker. He's a Navy SEAL. So automatically you know this dude is awesome. File name was Christopher R. Groen. His primary military specialty is Navy SEAL. Secondary military specialty, underwater arms developer. Birthplace is Helena, Arkansas. And his grade's E7. So he is a high-ranking guy nonetheless. Arkansas. Place of birth, I don't remember too many Joes that were born in Arkansas. I'm sure there were, but off the top of my head, don't really remember them. He would be the actual third Navy SEAL that was ever to be a G.I. Joe. The first being Torpedo, the second being Wetsuit, the third being Tracker. Subsequently followed by Shipwreck, who went back to, I guess, Bud's school and passed his Navy SEAL testing and all that fun stuff in 1994. And you know what? Good for you, Shipwreck. I'm very proud of you for, setting a goal and accomplishing it. I really believe it was the episode on the cartoon, The Most Dangerous Thing, where he, Dial Tone, and Lifeline were promoted and then almost single-handedly ruined the G.I. Joes. I think that caused him to get his life back together, and shortly thereafter he became a Navy SEAL. So congratulations, Hector. Proud of you. Probably like Bud's class 180 or so. Anyway, I digress. He was followed by, I think Link Talbot, Venom versus Valor is your thing. That might be I'm pretty sure he was a Navy SEAL. And then Wet Down from Spy Troops, and then finally from the modern era, Night Fox was a Navy SEAL. So those are your 7 Navy SEALs that were G.I. Joes. Moving along, it says, Tracker was one of the few G.I. Joe trainees to totally elude the instructors during the escape and evasion phase of the indoctrination course. This prompted the cater to run through the exercise a second time to see how Tracker performed. This time, the commander employed Spirit and Snake Eyes as the quarry, meaning that they were the ones who ran and Tracker would have to be the one to catch them. This time, I already said that, Tracker ran them into the ground in less than 12 hours, which means he punked them out pretty much, which is a pretty remarkable feat considering that no one had ever been able to pick up their trail before. So they're setting this dude up as something extremely special. File card then says, sometimes the bad guys get smart and think they can throw us off the scent by cutting across a swamp or going up a stream. Whenever the trail seems to stop in a body of water, we just call Tracker to take it from that point. He just pumps up his covert insertion raft, that's this orange thing, and paddles away until the track shows up on dry land again. It's almost as if he can see footprints on the surface of the water. So between making him a Navy SEAL and making him pretty much remove the specialty of 2 guys who were defined by their stealth and sneakiness, they thought Tracker was a pretty big deal. Now, it never really reflected that way. I don't believe he made any comic book appearances, and he had a couple appearances in the Deke cartoon. But for the most part, Tracker's file card never lived up to how he played out in G.I. Joe media. But that's okay, because as a kid, he was a big deal in mine. Obviously, I put him with Wetsuit and Torpedo. They were pretty much problem solvers to me. Let's look at this figure in kind of a specific way to see what we're dealing with here. I mean, he looks like the guy who you went to high school with, who was always in his track gear because he always had practice and stuff. So that's what we've got. So we've got the non-military style, looks like yellow pants. You got a lacing up, so that's how he tightens these up so they don't fall down when he's chasing Cobra. And then we've got what looked to be some kind of a leg warmer. Now I'm sure this is probably used in some type of military situation, but I don't know what they're called. But again, they're probably some kind of a leg warmer, maybe even a Kevlar, although I don't really know why you would want a Kevlar this area, where there being so many other important ones to Kevlar. And let's get down to these shoes that I am certain are like LA Gear, right? This dude was a Lakers fan, obviously, and picked up a pair of LA Gear 1991 Lakers kicks. These probably would have had the pump. That's what these are for, the air hose. And he could just press, like reach down and just press that, and then he would be all set for perfect fit. And we've got purple as the secondary color. There's no purple on him elsewhere, but they've chose to put purple down here. Again, not sure why, other than the fact that these are LA Gear and Lakers fans. And don't comment me and tell me these are Nike. These are absolutely not Nike. These are totally LA Gear. Anyway, so moving up the figure, we have strap on the thigh here with a flashlight, and that's painted all black. We've got looks like these grenades. I don't know if they're grenades or not. From this angle right here, it looked like they could be grenades across the waist or some other thing, but I'm going to call them grenades for now, but I'm telling you they're probably not. And we have the strap. He got to carry it. Pistol in there. This is all black, followed by a maroon, because even though he's from Arkansas, he obviously likes California, because this is a USC Trojan style coloring, although I'm sure there's college places that also have this one. But most importantly, he just wants to show off the guns. Check him out. Shawn Michaels pose. So, he thinks he's cute. He knows he's sexy. I know I'm sexy. Tracker showing off the arms, letting everybody know he works his buys and tries. No other sculpting aside from just some muscle here on the upper arm, and then comes down to the black gloves. There's really no consistency in the color selection on this figure. It's just all kind of thrown on here. I don't know why they chose these colors. I'm sure there's probably a reason somewhere, other than it just being the 90s. And that's what they chose to do. But here it is. Here is Tracker. Moving up, we have a probably looks maybe like a young looking face. Can't really tell. Brown hair. Maybe you guys would look at that. Yeah. All right. So yeah, kind of a youngish looking face. And on the back we've got. I assume this would have been his last name, but the G is obstructed. The one I had as a kid also, you couldn't see the G, so it just says Rowan. And then number 34, that lets people know that when he's on the court handling business, he wears the number 34 when he's, shooting threes or whatever else this uniform is intended for. I guess you could probably say maybe it could be football, although I think you'd probably want something a little more cleatish for football. So this is the overall look. Again, on the back, you've got just continuation of the strap right there. We've got a Made in China H1 on the back here. And then, like I said, there's really nothing else specific or impressive on the back, except for just the last name part. And in the front, it says J-O, which we can assume the E is on the end there, Joe, so he's some sort of a G.I. Joe sports person. I have never seen a G.I. Joe Athletics jersey in any of my retailers, which is a bummer because I totally would have bought one if I saw one. But alas, there was none. So overall, the reason I got this figure, as you guys know, I usually buy the figures I like, which is why most of the time I'm talking about how much I like a figure. And he is no exception. If you've been following the channel, you know that I'm into the Navy SEALs, and he is one of them. Now I can't get this to hold right there. I'm sure there's probably a way, but right now I really don't want to fidget with it too much. I'm not looking to crack a thumb. So he's just going to hold it right here like he's coddling a child, sort of. And let's take a look at this raft again. So it is orange and black. Looks like you could totally seat a couple when he and his buddies are going out for cobras, or if just fishing in general. I assume this dude likes to fish, right? Made it a point to talk about his water prowess. And let's pop this visor on him. So this is the front, right? The part with the grooves. That is the front. It's very easy to probably put this on backwards. I would have liked kind of like a paint app there just to make it look like you're not strapping a washer around his head, but here it is. Like I said, new O-ring, and this dude will be all set. Alright, and that is the figure. I do like this figure. I know a lot of people don't, though, because of the fact that it is brightly colored and it doesn't have any sort of military resemblance. It looks kind of like, again, a guy who's playing sports and then just decided to maybe go hunting afterwards with his buddies. Hey, whatever works. But this is Tracker. This is my unboxing, unenveloping of Tracker. And hope you guys enjoyed. What do you think about this figure? Did you have this one as a kid? Is he somebody you like, or do you absolutely hate him? Go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I would love to see what other people think about Tracker. Before you go, I'm going to give you a look at the modern version of Tracker. Now, I made this because they didn't make one. Out of all the characters that they went ahead and made and remade, they never made Tracker, and that always bothered me. So right here is a look at my version of Tracker. As you can see, I tried to find a head sculpt which sort of matched the previous one. Now you'll notice I gave him blonde hair. As you can remember by the file card, he had blonde hair, and in the cartoon he had blonde hair, not brown. So I went true to the media properties as opposed to this figure. Now, why did this figure not have blonde hair? I don't know. If you do know, comment section please. But as you can see, I tried to give him more of a modern, kind of more of like a Navy SEAL look, as if he was going to be on an actual mission. I did the same thing with my modern versions of Wetsuit and Torpedo that I also made, and I'll show you guys those on the channel soon. Here, as you can see, I just used the head from Retaliation Mouse, which I thought kind of resembled Tracker. And then, yeah, the legs are from Beachhead, torso's from 50th Anniversary Dusty. And that's it, pretty much, nothing too fancy on him, but I really liked the character, so I wanted to make a modern version of him as well. Anyway, that is all for now. I just want to let you know there will be a Leatherneck version 1 review coming real soon. It was going to be wetsuit, but my terrible cats stole it, the air hose, and I had to sink on my feet. So while I'm ordering the Mission Brazil wetsuit, and I'll just use that air hose because it's the same one, I'll get you guys with some other stuff. And you know what? I've pretty much rambled enough for now. I appreciate you guys. We just hit 200 subscribers, and it's awesome. I mean, it's been less than a year since the channel's been on there, and my goal for the year was to hit 75 subscribers. So for the fact that we're not quite all the way into a year and I've hit 200, that's awesome. It really exceeded my expectations. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. I'm going to continue to try and make videos as best I can and share this stuff with you, and see how far we can take this. Anyway, that's all for now. Until next time, yo, Joe.